We're probably live, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe a solar flare out there, folks. Who knows? Hopefully, I'm not moving choppy like I'm on an Atari. But regardless, welcome to the show, folks. I am so excited, and not even gonna let all the tech issues bother me. Right? Look at everybody back there smiling at me, so I don't, unravel. Right? The old man in me comes out. I blame my kids. So anyway, I am so thrilled to do this. We did the pilot episode last Wednesday, and people said do it again. So here we are. I absolutely love this, folks. So welcome to the Redneck Connector Hotline. Shout out to April Wyatt of Living with Intention and Samantha Birddaw, Eco Sam in the back, doing all the hard work to make this possible. Thank you, ladies, always. And this is where we take the business problems behind the business problems, oftentimes put a real person on the phone and work toward one clean step, right? No polished webinars or guru parades or anything pitch fest disguised as something else. Sam is, again, riding shotgun. We've got all the people in the audience, all the folks lined up. So here's what today is, the connection gap. All right, we like to take real things that are happening out there and put them out here and talk about them. This is what happens inside the Hounds of Business community and ecosystem, and we're just bringing it to the forefront, right? So here's what we're going to talk about. Pretty much why capable, connected people can be having plenty of conversations without those conversations and relationships becoming clients, referrals, and basically revenue or useful movement, folks. So join us in the comments. Ask some questions if you have them. Share your insights, your experiences here. This is the right room. You hear us talk about that. We created this. And hey, you never know, right? We look through the comments and things very carefully afterwards so we can connect people if we see overlap, right? So real quick, I want to go to, um, oh, if you like this, take a deep dive. I have experts on here, quite honestly, that are giving out thousands of dollars worth of stuff. So don't tell them I said that because then they might not be so open. But on a serious note, go check out the Redneck Connector podcast. Bruce Silverman, Purple Buffalo, thank you for doing this. I didn't think I needed Bruce, y'all. I've done this for many, many years until I got a Bruce. And I'm like, dadgummit, that was smart. So thank you, Bruce. Go to Purple Buffalo Studios, folks, and go see what he's all about. And go check out the websites on the podcast, YouTube, LinkedIn. I'll send it to you in carrier pigeon, whatever. Just watch it, all right? So let's go to Phil. All right, this show is brought to you in part by Phil Tetru. This guy is amazing. Rapid Growth Services. He's actually dialing in his business even more. This man is the absolute. He's human and he's got 40 years experience. So when it comes to strategy, competitive advantage, not wasting money, getting the team to execute proper processes and things like this, now more than ever, okay, we need somebody like Phil. So Phil, thank you so much. He's got a workshop going on. So everybody go to Phil Tetru, all right, YouTube or LinkedIn, follow him and check out his event page. He doesn't do infomercials and bait switch, folks. He does real shit and he really gets out there and gives a lot of value. So thank you, Phil. That's how we roll here. And let's roll this intro and get the party started. What do y'all say? Oh, look, wow, there is people.
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope. We turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.
All right, folks. Well, April, if you would, put David MEDANSKY's info and everything on the screen. And let me give a little bit of backdrop. David, I know you're watching. Get ready to call in, brother. Uh, so here's what's happening. David's backstory. So I've known David for a while, well over at least a year. Okay, met through Tanya Everhart, brand face. Thank you so much. And David MEDANSKY is the health guy, folks. He is one of the most strongest and natural relationship builders that we've ever seen. I seen him with Les Brown, and instead of just doing a little photo shoot, Les was like, "Nah, I'm gonna hang out with David." His people were like, "Come on, Les." He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna check it out." David is just one of those magnetizing type of guys because he's so real, and how he got into this arena is absolutely remarkable. He didn't plan on getting into wellness at all, and so I'll let him share that little bit because his story really matters, and a lot of you have a great story too, and so this is going to resonate with you. But here's the deal: his work is really important, and organizations love it, the ones that are engaged in it. So look at him calling me all early. Check this out. David, David, hang on a second, David. You're early?
Yes.
Okay. Are you on an actual rotary dial phone right now?
No, cell phone.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on a second. I'll be right back. Don't
Okay.
don't change channel. Hang on. All right. So David, he does corporate wellness workshops, right? They reduce burnout, absenteeism, turnover, disengagement, and it's no brainer. They don't have to go do a budget check on this, folks. So he's not short on conversations, right? The real question is what happens after his conversations, right? And whether the right people either understand the organizational value and have a clean next step. All right, so now we can bring David up on there. All right, are y'all still hearing me quiet? We had a lot of tech issues. StreamYard, I'm going to give you a phone call, and then we're just going to make a post. Uh, can you all ladies still hear me in the private chat? Good? All right, thank you. Look, they take care of me, David. So how are you today, brother?
I'm doing great, Mike. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. So did I get that right, man? You're doing a lot of networking. You're putting yourself out there. I've seen posts. I've seen a lot of good build and forward movement. Just not enough follow up and enrollment at this point. What were you hoping people will actually do after meeting you?
Well, I was hoping that we at least have a Zoom call or reach out and talk about what I can help them with or how I can help them. Uh, the best line I learned from Jesse Holmes was asking people, hey, let's connect so I can learn more about you because I could possibly refer some business to you. And when I tell them that, then all of a sudden they're interested in talking to me.
Right. Well, let's start at the top. Give the 2 or 3 sentence version. You were an attorney, right?
I was a divorce lawyer, yes.
Okay. And so what happened? The long story short, it is a great story. Go to his website and check it out, folks. We'll put it on the screen. But what happened essentially that made you come to the wellness world?
July 2016, doctor tells me based on my lab results being fat, I had a 95% chance for a fatal heart attack. So he gave me 2 options, lose weight or find a new doctor. Strongly encouraged me to find a new doctor because he'd been after me for 8 years to lose the weight. And I was a procrastinator, I'll start on Monday, after the holidays, after our vacation. If I did lose weight on a diet, I gained it all back. This time it was different. The light bulb went off, and during the next 4 months, I shed 50 pounds. More importantly, I've kept it off. And then in June of 2022, at age 67, I hiked up Mount Kilimanjaro.
67, dude. I'm 40. Well, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm in my 40s, and I don't know if I can make it to the base of Mount Kilimanjaro, because I quit following your program. But that's remarkable. So, in other words, when you come out there, just for folks listening who don't know you a little bit, you always talk about other people. You're always there. You're natural. You're not performing this. You're not manipulating anything. You're just that kind of guy. And so people lean in and want to know more about you. So you have that covered. A lot of folks don't. Took me a long time to figure that out and get comfortable. So is it a fair assessment to go, hey, I got so many people who love me, folks who have done, I know me and hounds who've been in your program in the past that you've updated, right? So it's not value. Is that a fair statement?
Correct. It's whether people want to do the work or not. I created a wellness system, Mike, to be honest. And I wanted to simplify it because what I found out from a lot of people is that they don't have time. They don't have an hour to go to the gym 3 days a week. They don't have 45 minutes to prepare a healthy meal for their family. They have other obligations that they have to take care of.
Yeah. But so let me ask you this, because I want to get to the meat of it. Because you have a lot of stuff already done. The first half, the horse before the cart, very well done. You've done a lot of work with a lot of brilliant people. So let me ask you this: what are you actually asking organizations to say yes to, David?
To put in the wellness operating system for their employees, so it's not just another employee perk. It's not another wellness program. It's not an app.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a workshop. It is something that they can incorporate into their daily lives, where they don't feel like it's another part of work they have to do. It's simple. It's just making little small adjustments.
Yeah, but it's advantageous, right? Without getting into the weeds of it. So it doesn't cost little or nothing. It's an actual benefit. Uh, so have you had companies, you've done these before, right? So they will say yes. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh yeah, no. When companies give me an opportunity to present to them, they're like, "Yeah, this is a no-brainer."
I got you. It's so your biggest challenge is all of this hard work, all of this organic trust and value. It's just going to someone else or getting that pipeline consistent so they don't either project on other bad experiences or think you're a cold spam or let me ask this, because if this is the case, I already got direction for you. Is it more so of moving that conversation forward without coming off, in a way that you're not, which is more pushy, performative, is that what's happening? Like people like it, but then there's a disconnect between the call to action, like the steps. Do a lot of them just fall off there? Walk me through that briefly. So
Correct.
someone says yes, or
For
they say I like you. They're interested. They're genuinely interested. But then what happens after that? That's not consistently happening. Where they say, yeah, sure, let's iron it out. Let's get you in here.
Okay, so for one example, I have a company that has 18 employees and they want to move forward and they want to start on September 1st. So I
Okay.
said, fine, we'll start September 1st, but there's a delay, between August, we were talking in July. I have a couple other companies and they're the same thing. It's like, hey, it's summer, we're slow. Can we talk and start in September? Okay, fine, we'll start in September. And then I follow up, when do you want to get together so we can start getting everything ready for you? And then it's like, well, we're not sure we want to move forward. We're thinking about this, we're thinking about that. That's where the disconnect comes in.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in luck because I have done that, and I'm not going to say who because then that would erode trust. But so many people, David. This is not. If anybody listening out here live or on the recordings, you aren't alone. Listen, let me tell you, some other people are just better hiding it than you are. God's honest truth, right? Maybe it doesn't come up in convo, but it is a prevalent thing. So I tell you, one of the things. First of all, you don't need more networking, and let me jump the gun a little bit because I heard someone say this to me the other day. A lot of folks are feeling this. I need to post more. I know, Mike. I need to post more. I need to go to more networking. I need to do more, more, more. In your case, I happen to know you a little bit more and a little bit better. Absolutely not. Okay. I think you are rare in two things. Correct me if I'm wrong. You do talk to a lot of people, but you're really good at talking to the people that could be door openers, right? Or people who can open doors. So I give you Frank, you meet Frank, Frank introduces you to Billy. Billy has a big company or a decision maker of a company. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So oddly enough, two things. I would continue to do the face-to-face stuff. I mean, you've got some big speaking events. I mean, I honestly, I like to experiment. So I don't have all the answers, but what my gut and experience, personal and others, is this. I honestly am about excited because I think one of the main factors, even if everything is tightened up, right, and your C's, right, the 4 C's are very good. You have a lot of that in position. I think it's the call process. I really do. I really do believe that it's when you sit down at the call, that there could be a disconnect, very subtle disconnect at that call, right? And so I'm not going to get into it, but here's what I'm so excited about. Right? I don't call them sales calls, not to be a cheesy dude or stand out, but they truly are alignment calls, right? So I'll make this simple. I have a framework I have not rolled out officially yet. This framework is for heart-centered, relationship-driven professionals, which you clearly are. And what it does, you know how like a lot of us, David, we truly do. We want to operate in the best interest of others. We're not forcing it, and we want people to see the value on their own, right? We want them to say, "Oh, you know what? I saw David's work. I took a sample from David's book or whatever else, community, and I want to move forward." I think that's the bridge that's missing. I really do. So on that note, I would love to bring you in before I roll this framework out, like to the public. I think, let me put it this way. There was a guy who was an extraordinary guy. He's going through stuff not too long ago. But here, in about 2 months worth of time frame, he couldn't even close the door, much less a sales call, David. And it was the bottom of the hour, and I heard this, and he had to go on the call in about 5 minutes. And I said, okay. So I threw the framework, said, hey, drop it in the AI. He prompts AI all the time, right? Like ChatGPT. I said, put that in there, restructure this call, and go from there, right? Here's a couple points. So it was like a really crash course, right? And he closed the deal. Now listen, my script in the framework is not magic. What it did was it put a fish in water. Think about it. If you have a saltwater fish flopping on the beach, what do you really have to do to make that fish, take off, do its thing? You don't have to teach it, right? You put it in the salt water. So that I think that's what's happened. I think again, you have almost everything dialed in except that one Pinto steering column on a Ferrari. So let's take a deeper dive. Let's get together, take that deep dive, do a quality control check. But I think I would bet my camo hat on that that's really what's happening. Maybe a couple clear processes on your calendar event so people know what's expected before you have to say it. Continue to do what you do, bring value before the call. And then when you test the new call frame, boom. And essentially what it does, it keeps the container there so you can now discuss naturally, right? So that's it. I found a framework that I can sit down, say yes or no. I can really have a good conversation, but it doesn't go off the tracks. We don't talk about football and the objections are already coming out, right? You know what the objections are from your people, right? Or from their bosses. So the key there is to just point it out, like Wizard of Oz, man. Pull that curtain back, say, hey, boom, here's what I hear. But if you do it in the way that fits you, your natural style, boy, you're gonna have a blast. So I think that may be it. I yeah, I think you don't have to change anything. Focus in on what you're doing. Spend the time before we get together on tweaking this and testing this hypothesis, and do what you do best. Love on people, like and comment, tag folks that can be of value. It works for you because you're doing it in a real way. Folks out there who want to use this as another tactic to get paid and that's all you care about, don't do it. They'll see that. Okay. But David, that's it. Don't change anything. Let's get together. Let's work on your call script. Get a few things done when they enter your pipeline that makes them lean in rather than lean out. So basically, I'm saying take your amazing dating skills in business and let's go next level on the call. How about that?
Sounds great, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, man. And thank you for opening up about this because so many people out here are delaying progress, not reaching out. And also, one more thing, David, projection. That is another, building a business is hard enough. It hasn't gotten easier, right, folks? But now we have another mountain to overcome, which is projection. I had a guy not too long ago sit down, very successful guy doing a pivot. And he says, I've done this before. And I leaned back and said, you done this? Because I created this. Please explain that. And I wasn't being difficult or cute. My point was I understood what that was. That was other people, other things. I mean, we all go through it. So handling objections and things on the defense is not even the heart-centered way. Bringing things out in the open, right? After building those relationships, bringing value, doing all the things on LinkedIn and genuine connection, then you've essentially earned that trust factor to tell people the truth. When I said that, that was not performative. To not say it, and yes, I was tempted not to say that because that's a very bold thing. But I'm not a thirsty order taker. I'm a guy who sticks to his values, even if that is not going to pay me today. And guess what? you know, I found another way to benefit other folks through that relationship. So I think that's what it is. You don't have to, you're going to have so many people in the pipeline, and you're going to have such a natural uh, call that's already prepped that the law of averages will be your friend at this point. You'll go for 10, 2 will now, 3 will later. You just keep it up, David.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Don't let me forget this. I want to, because you're going to go tell everybody, and I'm going to roll this script out. This framework actually works because you're doing all the other things well. So your sales call and your alignment calls will no longer be, you know, a closing business call. It'll be a natural byproduct of what you're doing already. They're already wanting to. Now you're not gonna make them say no. They're already ready to say yes. So let's do it, brother.
All right.
All
Sounds
right.
great.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. And by the way, David is the only person that A could get me to actually take a wellness thing seriously, and B, it worked. It worked because he accounts for the mindset. So he's an asset for individuals, and he's an asset for any company. So that's it. If they had known what I know, they would already hired a guy, and that's the bridge. That's the gap, folks. So share your insights. All right, share your insights. And ladies back there, you're doing such amazing work. Samantha and April, let me know at the end of this, because stick around, because if there's some good comments or insights, we would love to chop it up after this second and last call. But here's the memory dart. Yeah, paying homage to the King of Clarity, Steve Woodruff of last week. Networking creates contact. Follow up creates context. With a clear next step, that creates business. That's it. All right. And David is well on his way to just make one tweak and then numbers game at that point. Most people do numbers game first. He did. All right. So where are we at? All right. Somebody, look, I got so into it. I don't even know what's next. April, Eco Sam, are we ready for Jennifer? Because then we're going to bring in Jason McNamara is on standby, because there's a 99.99% chance we're going to bring in that guy. Boy, I want to be Jason when I grow up, y'all. That's right. Sarah, I see you. And I see Tim, Puddles Be Gone. Tim Miller. Oh, what a good dude. And that product actually works. My dog hates it, but she ain't buying it, and she don't get a say in it. I love it. I've never seen one splash out of that daggum water bowl, y'all. So, and I met him through Jason McNamara, is why I bring it up. So good to see you, Royce. All right, Sam. Let's just, oh, wait a minute. We'll get to it. Look, you redneck papa using the phone. Hang on a sec. All right. Sam, is that you?
Hello, yep. That was me.
Oh my goodness. Do y'all hear that? Look, she's back there cracking up.
I briefed everybody to mute their computer, and then I didn't mute my computer, so that it's my bad. So sorry. Yes, I'm here, and I have Jennifer here and Jason on standby. We've got the whole crew, and we're ready for you.
Okay, well, before we do that, I got to give a quick shout out before we unmute and let the amazing Jennifer pop in. Christopher Colombo, MD Unicorn. This guy is something else. So quick thanks to Dr. Christopher J. Colombo, functionally mentored. Yeah, Chris, he's a physician, retired Lieutenant Army Colonel, all right, and leadership advisor. And he helps healthcare professionals lead through pressure with clarity, resilience, and humanity. This guy is the real deal. He's been under fire, under pressure, and now he's out there helping healthcare professionals in other industries, but primarily healthcare, you know, get inside and outside clarity, right? Rate of return comes from this. So proud to have him sponsoring the Hounds, and love his work. Absolutely life-changing for folks. All righty, so let's go to it. April, if you pull up that picture so everybody can see the face behind the voice. And I am so excited to have Jennifer. Now, she's got to help me. Is it Seifert or Seifert?
It's Seifert.
Seifert. All right, I better transliterate that right now. And if y'all want to see what I did, yeah, it's like Michael Scott from The Office. He might be my real dad, y'all. So, and I can't wait to see April's face when I said that. All right. Well, how are you today, my friend?
Good. I've been excited about this call, and I was listening in, and you said something really cool already about context. Like, tell us those 3 steps again around the networking, because those were fabulous.
Oh, you're going to put me out. I
You
can't.
said
Oh, networking, is it the creates contact?
you
Yeah,
Oh,
creates contact, and then the next
follow
step
up.
is the context.
That's right. Then follow
The
up.
f-
It nurtures the
uh,
context, and then a clear next step. That's what creates the
and
actual
then the
business.
clear next step.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
and I think, yeah, that's it. And I think that's where I might be failing in my calls.
Well, you just hatched. You've been in a hound what 2 weeks now?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! And it feels like in the good way, y'all. It feels like forever. It really does. Kind of that whole putting somebody in their environment kind of thing. So it's been an honor. I loved having you here. Uh, of course, I heard people get excited. Oh, I talked to Jennifer. Right? She's so amazing. So it sounds like to me you've already got the authority and reputation part pretty locked down. Um, but here's how I understand
That's
it.
good.
Oh yeah. Well, look, she didn't know that. Well, hey, let me affirm it if you did know it. The hounds love you, so just don't change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here's how I currently understand what's going on, and you can give us some context. But you have oh, I just lost. Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm waiting for the question.
All right. So here's what I want. Give me some context, and then confirm the question for me. But you have several valuable things in motion, right? So the solo book, I've heard the most about that. That appears to be the main
Mhm.
target. And give us a little background and tell me if I'm right or if there's any more that I should know. And your question.
Okay, yes. Yeah, so I have like a few different things underway, and building my business and building my client enrollment is number one in my eyes. And I've been working on my solo book for over 3 years. I just got it back from the copy editors 2 months ago. And but in that time when it arrived, I decided I I'm not making any connections. I need to start networking again. Like I did a summit at the beginning of the year, then I had some uh, building and moving projects happening. We're building a luxury retreat space where I live as well to be a place where I can um, support leaders and entrepreneurs with their bold next move in a relaxing luxury environment. It's also our personal home as well. And so when I got the copy addicts back 2 months ago, which were, it took delayed, like it took them a while to work on it. I was sitting on a shelf, I think, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, all of a sudden, I started doubling down on networking and filling my calendar with a few networking groups. This is one of them. And finding, actually, for the first time in 3 years, where I'm supposed to be, like the rooms I'm supposed to be in.
Good.
And then so I decided that I have to, I want to make connections. Like I really want to develop relationships. This is where it's at. And so over the last month, I think I've had like 30 to 40 connections in the last 5 weeks. And I think where I'm falling short is that clear next step. There has been some great collaborations, call opportunities where we are taking the next step, but no, you know, these are connection calls. These aren't you want to work with me call.
Right.
So how do I translate that? How do I translate that, Mike?
Wow.
And
That's great. Keep going.
yeah, and so like I started working on my copy edits on the book. There's 36 chapters. I'm at chapter 8. I need to make sure I leave myself big blocks of time, like 4-hour blocks to work on it, or a whole day once a week. And why is it important to get that book done? It's because it's my story. It also has my methodology going through it. It's called Finding the Source, Realize Your Purpose and Power. And it guides readers to realize their potential, to go for it, to be the hero of their own story. And Finding the Source is my signature program, and it leads to me. It leads to me, and I feel like what I've been told by the editors is I have a pretty fascinating life. So there's some really adventurous taboo things that happen in the book that, um, will make it really exciting for readers to read. I don't want to give it away right now.
So you have
But
a lot of stuff going on. So you've been really focused on the book. Do you have a pre-launch or launch date for this?
I'm thinking, well, okay. I would love to get this back to the copy editors by August 31st. I
Okay.
feel a little bit handcuffed with them
Okay.
around how long it will take to get out, but I'm hoping that by January I have a whole launch plan built for it. And the retreat space will hopefully open April. So I mean, 2027, I can see a whole year of utilizing the book for opportunities and
That,
guiding
that's it.
support.
Well, let me recap it. So make sure I got it right. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you're doing a lot of networking. People like you, right? They like what they see on the surface, right? They like who you are when you come in. And then you have a call and they're like, this is great, right? Nobody's going boo on the call. So far, so good, right? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe that. I was excited too. Now, there could be a piece or two of clarity. And I don't mean that and we're not going to go to clarity right now. We could take a look later because you're kind of like me. You got so many great things, right? It'd be like walking in a restaurant. And there's like a pizza and egg rolls and a burrito. You're like, and it's okay. But I think honestly, you're really dialed in because you have your book, you have your retreat, and you just told me that you have, hey, my book comes out hopefully in August, right, in the fall, and that will help, or January, and that will help me get more people that will see the value, right, lean in on the book, right, because it's easier to buy a book for 20, $30 than to invest in retreats and do programs. Very wise of you, because that's your heart, right? You want to get people where they are. Hey, read the book. If you like the book, here's something else. Here's something else that can cause a true transformation. So it looks like you're very well dialed in and you've probably done this before. Is that so far so good?
No, this is my first book, but
Okay.
I had really good coaches and mentors who helped me to devise this plan.
Okay. So we know why the book, right? The book deserves to go first because that's the entry point. So I think I know, but I'm not going to assume. We got plenty of time. Plus, I want Jason to weigh in. So
Okay.
what? It's and I'm not getting into detail. I don't want to give all the stuff, but any call to action, and you're saying, well, it doesn't seem like people are leaning into right this, which I think the book will help, right? That'll be an entry point, but maybe it's a course or maybe it's signing up, pre-sign for your retreat. But if you had to guess, it sounds like there might be a bottleneck, maybe or maybe not. Do you have any idea of what maybe any hypothesis of what could be preventing crossing the finish line or getting some folks to move next level or is that why you called me?
Well, well, I recently pivoted earlier this year because I have a financial background. I'm a CPA, and I pivoted to start leading with transformation around money in your business instead of inner work transformation, which is all connected, but guiding people to get serious about their numbers and knowing what their business is doing, because I truly believe, and I know this, your business is your vehicle. It's your most valuable asset. And if you're a personal brand, like, you can create a business, anything you want, and it can build it for freedom, prosperity, impact. But lots of times we're building it and it becomes a constant source of pressure. So
Right.
how can I help you release that pressure and use it to your benefit so that you can grow?
It's the
So
book.
that's niching into that money lane first to guide people to work with me.
I've been here, right? So I have a lot of things, and when I started doing other things, people were like, "But you're that thing," right? It's like, and that's a real issue, and a lot of people do that. And the reason you're doing is not to promote and provide or sell one more thing. You're doing it because that was a theme, right? You saw a need out there, and you're like, "Wow, these are not individual things like us." Right? Inner clarity, outer clarity. Shout out to Curtis Rivers and April Wyatt, living with intention. right? And it doesn't matter how good of a businessman and processes I have. If I'm a train wreck, well, there you go, right? Like the foundation is inner clarity. And you're seeing that, right? You're saying, hey, I'm still about helping people regulate and ground themselves, but without the money aspect, and also, and if you're okay, maybe your money will get better. So is the book primarily
Exactly.
about money?
It it does have some money
Okay.
stories in it, of course, but it's lots of relationship. It's about toxic, like my first three relationships in my life, and it's also, the journey of finding my purpose. So it it's a hero's journey, and it has a lot of dark night of the soul stuff in it, which lots of people can relate with.
Do you feel a little bit overwhelmed, like you're doing a lot of activity and but you feel
Oh
like
yeah.
you're just like, hey, if I can drop half of this or a fourth or even a fifth of this, I would feel so much better.
I really feel like the
Yeah.
book is holding me up. I got to get it done this month and up to the next step.
Well, let me say this before I ask because this is new to me. First of all, you have one main offer, right? So your holistic approach. So it's not two different lanes. It's one lane with two different forks in the road, two different options, right? Does that make sense?
Correct.
So for you, let me ask you this real quick. This when you led with before the financial thing caught your attention and you saw the value, when it was just you doing your original work, how did you feel? Was this it? Did this come up? How you feel now? Some of this, you know, concerns, not getting closed, not moving people forward. Does this feel like, oh my gosh, this is not how I'm used to doing business? Is this really disrupting? Is 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 this new because of this new lane? Is what I'm trying to uncover.
Well, I mean, I transitioned. I mean, this was my side gig before, and now it's my full-time gig, which I'm sure many entrepreneurs can relate with, is
Yeah.
when I was in, a profession, seeing and witnessing entrepreneurs need my help. I wasn't able to help them with what I really knew they needed. Because, and now stepping away, I know what they need. They need to, like clean up their act personally and professionally, and realize their potential, get their dream out into the world, and create like a whole vehicle with their business to grow rich, to have that dream that they want. And I think my problem is I'm multi-talented, I'm multi-dimensional, and I have you know usually 3 or 4 projects on the go myself, you know,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. So,
Okay, so wow, this is fun. Okay, I'm not going to take up all the space. I want to bring Jason up with you on the phone if he has insights or anything, because this man's he's well versed in this too. Here's what happened to me. It is funny. About 4 or 5 years ago, I, that was all I did. Fiduciary, financial coaching. That's what I wanted to go out. So when COVID stopped, right, when COVID came out, the pandemic hit, they told me I couldn't go out and play anymore. I did not go online, right? I was always running around, bothering somebody in person, making contacts, having fun, right? And then they said you can't. So what happened for me, very similar principle here, perhaps, is that I was like a football player thrown in a water polo pool, right? It was like, how do you translate all the things I did naturally face to face in the virtual arena? And what I noticed was is that when I was out there doing all the things, meeting people like you are, right? Do, they they didn't know me as finance guy. I didn't lead with finance because the God's honest truth, nobody wanted to hear it. 5 years ago, when I led with finance, they were like, they would have pepper sprayed me over Zoom, Jennifer. And I thought it was me and my value. Come to find out, finance in the United States, especially talking about finance, is like talking about your proctology visits, right? Nobody wants to go there. So I'm not saying it, but here's what happens now. And this is what I'm painting the bigger picture for. You're liked and trusted and known for your main thing, the thing that you were main started off with, right? And now about the inner working and all this stuff, getting everything harmonistic. Leave with that. Leave with that because here's what happened. Now, when I help clients make money and get what they need and do all these things, and even non clients, you know what happens? People go to my calendar link, see Redneck Financial Coach, and go, oh shit, you're in finance? See, I don't even talk about it. Because, and here's why, because if I can help you make 20,000 or whatever, or give you value, you probably have confidence I can help you keep more of it, right? So just that flip. And again, this is just on the surface. You and I would love to deep dive. I know we're already set to talk. Now we know what to talk about. But hey, go with what people say yes to, which is, first of all, you. They just like you. And then they'll see the value. And then you can go, oh, hey, by the way, maybe you know somebody who would also be interested. And that no can turn into a maybe or a yes because they trust you enough. It's a very taboo type of thing. People are embarrassed. They don't want to face it. Uh, so that's the surface. That's a little bit there. I'm glad we talked about this. So hopefully that make a little bit of
I
sense.
love it.
Yeah, it's not you. That's the
This
whole
is
thing.
something I needed to hear, Mike, because you don't always get feedback from your networking rooms, right?
No, because nobody wants to be. They don't want people running around. Like, hey, that guy's an asshole. I mean, let's be real, folks. We're all grown ups. You're absolutely right. But see, April Wyatt will come up there and say, "Hey, Mike." She's gentle and kind, but she like the post today. Hey, you got a booger on your face. Maybe you want to take care of that before you go on. Hey, Mike. Maybe before you engage in this phone call, you want to take the meditation app. That's why we created the house, not for just one more community or one more task, for real honest conversations. And so before I forget to thank you for having this, because you didn't have to do this. You're doing this for other people's benefit. You really are. You didn't even know I was going to be putting all this stuff on the screen. That you just care about people. And yeah, so, and I'll give you one. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, because people heard me talk enough, and I can close out. Let's get Jason McNamara on the phone, because this guy has done it. Military, CIA. He's built. He didn't come from any advantage, folks, and financial independence at 39. This man has done that. So, Jason, you with us?
Let's go, my brother. I
Uh-oh.
appreciate you.
You gonna have to use that military voice. You're low on my end.
All right, can you hear me better now?
I think so, ladies. I'm looking at you. Are we okay? They say good enough. Thumbs up. All right.
Let's
So,
run it. So I'm 39 now, but I've been retired since I was 32, right around the time of COVID. And when I started the No More 9 to 5 Club, I wanted to teach people the financial literacy principles, and then that evolved into the 3 core pillars of wealth, well-being, and wisdom. So there's a lot of synergy here, and I want to say a book is a great way to get people's attention, build your brand and authority. Like if somebody invests hours reading your book, getting to know, like, and trust you, you got them. If your offer is a fit for them, you've got them. Like David Medansky, the last guest, I have his book, so it really does work. I love what you're doing. It sounds like you're real clear on your priorities, right? You're building this book. It's part of the bigger ecosystem, a transition, a big transformation. You're basically like a millionaire miracle worker, right? You can make it make sense in the brain, right? You can make it make sense on paper, like we can do the math, but we can also heal the soul because we all know what happens if you give a crackhead $1 million. You fix somebody's financial situation, but you don't fix them, you're going to have to babysit them or they're going to be broke again. So it sounds like you're healing the whole person, not just the pocketbook and bank account. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. And I also have experience of healing their financial situation and holding the reins for them and taking up, helping them turn their ship around. And then as soon as I let go of the reins or gave it back to them or wasn't there anymore, it went to the hell. It went right back to,
So what I
they
said
went bankrupt. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
You have to do the inner work.
you have to do the inner work. So, I transitioned to help entrepreneurs, help people with sales and marketing, because after the military, I did have a career in sales before I bought a bunch of houses. That's how I earned the commission to buy the houses. But one of the things that we offer is brainwave entrainment, right? So you want to think of like low ticket, easy ways to serve people, because somebody flying to your house and staying at your retreat is going to be a high ticket offer. That's something that you have to put behind, like hey, we don't do this for $29.95 on Fridays, right? So,
Absolutely.
or as my good friend Mike says, you can't use McDonald's tactics here because this is not a McDouble. But what you can do is put together different types of the ecosystem. Like some people would do a group mastermind, courses, all different types of offers. So it doesn't have to be one high ticket or the other high ticket or a book. So you can kind of find people in the middle, and then as you're getting more PR, more publicity, more exposure, people can kind of trickle in wherever it makes sense for them. They can jump on exactly where they're at, what they're personally ready to invest in to actually find a solution that makes sense for them. Because that's, you know, and it's not about having like a dollar menu, but it's about having different options for different people. Some people might pull through your restaurant, and they just might want to taste it. They just want a sample, right? And if you give them a sample, they might buy the whole meal. So you
Yeah.
want to give that book sounds like a great sample.
Thank you.
Man,
Mike, what are your thoughts? I could keep going, man, but I don't want to hog the show. I'm just spitfiring here. What do you think, sir?
no, I'm glad I showed up when I did. That was brilliant. No, be, be, well, gosh, you said so much. My camo had exploded. I can't think. Um, yeah, that I love that. It's because listen, I mean, the hounds could sell jelly beans. Right? Listen, I don't care at this point. And I'm not saying everybody has to be that way, but in this case, right, when it comes to trust and it comes to people going, hey, you got to meet this person, simply because A, you're awesome, B, you're easy to refer, and C, that person needs it or knows someone who will need it. So I think it's spot on, brother. It's don't put a barrier where it doesn't belong. You're so likable, you're so open, you're so transparent, leading with something that makes people go, ooh, because of other projections and because of their own crap. Don't do it. Um, Lead with that. You're not being deceptive. You're being smart with human nature. And then when they get to like you, right? What was it? Deborah Jackson. Deborah and April stumbled upon what was it? This app, and we'll have it out there. They stumbled upon this, and these ladies got all excited. And they said, "Hey, Mike, you got to check this out." I said, "Okay." I didn't even know what the hell they were talking about, y'all. You know why? Because I trust them. They know me, and they're not going to come up talking about, bird cages when I don't have no daggum bird, right? So that has a lot to do with it. And you're in this very personal space where word of mouth travels. People that could, cross promote. You can share retreats. Oh, absolutely. So here's my non-rambling direction here for you. We're gonna sit down and do this sooner. Get deep dive. But first of all, park the other temporary stuff, right? If focus your attention in your meetings, even if you might feel a little bit weird and stuff, take a serious look, research, and see what is probably a waste of time or should be done after your book and your stuff. Stop taking random things, uh, and I'll help you with this. Number two, here's the big, and I'm going to give this out. It's a little off topic, but it's not. Once you start clearing your space, here's what I would do: get your super fans and followers and drop them into a group setting. I'll give you one more story because, folks, if you're listening out there, tell people I'm giving this away because I did not plan on giving this away. But you're here, take this. Everybody listening, go out there, spread the word, and utilize this before everybody else figures it out. I've got more tactics, don't worry. But I had a guy, Jennifer, in a couple years, 2 years ago. This man wrote more books than Random House. I mean, he just wrote books all day long. Kind of like David. And they're good books too, so I can say that with jest. But they wrote books all the time. And so this man calls me and he says, having a little bit of trouble selling the books. And he calls me and he says, hey, well, I've got a cover done. I said, no, you don't. He said, yeah, I do. We just got a cover done. The publisher's got the cover. I said, no, you don't. So the point of that was, I said, listen, you go get you a crayon and a piece of blank paper and make a damn cover. And what I want you to do is go out there to the people that you work with, that trust you, know you, you're already helping, playing ping pong, giving each other help and referrals, and you ask them what the hell they think. And well, why? It's ownership. You don't need to pay a bunch of people and promote and try to get everybody in there. Well, here's what I suggest. All right, take notes, rewind this. Take all the people that love you and put them in a small group. Don't pitch slap them. Don't do a whole school community. Oh my goodness. Just put them in a little thing, right, where you can communicate, right? And we'll talk about how to get it done. But drop them into a place. Love on them. Value and curiosity. Do what you do best, right? Fish and water, same concept. Do natural you. And keep them up to date. Ask them questions. Be real about this. So the day you go to launch, don't be surprised when you have 60, 80, however many people running around on and offline going ape shit about your book. Because they owned it. I found that out the funny hard way when I seen people go to an event and advocate for the hounds. And I thought, wow, what the hell was that? It wasn't my hounds, Jennifer. It's their hounds. And that, eureka. So that's it. Yeah. The biggest thing is, hey, lead with the easy stuff. People will say yes because they trust you enough. And number two, take all these super fans and advocates and people who adore you and love you and support you and what you do and previous clients, and we'll figure out a way that won't upset them or cost them time or anything. And then keep them in the know. Let them own it. Let them pour into it. All you got to do is give them a clear lane. That's it. They're not doing it because they don't know. It's up for us to tell them. But you don't have to change anything. Don't be running around making silly ass posts because someone told you to. Don't be going to extra networking where you want to beat your head against the wall. Re-examine your time, get together, and take Jason's advice, right?
Absolutely.
I got excited there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my friend. And your courage, you know, look, what is it, 8 o'clock? I mean, you're here. I mean, that means the world to me. So, and all the people in the audience, gosh, I wish I could play in the daggum audience, but I can't be two places at once. I am good, but not that good. But so that's it. And I'll give you a real quick one. I know I gave you a lot, but treat the book in the next 30 days as the flagship. That's your nucleus. That comes first before any damn thing else. Make sure you carve out the space. Freeze other open loops. Identify, you know, where you're bleeding energy. Refer it, delay it. Don't worry about it. You know, be nice about it, but you got to do you. Okay. And that's it. Take a deep breath. You got 1 or 2 pieces out of whack. You were fine.
I love it. Sometimes you just need somebody else to tell you what you know already to make it stick.
Yeah, daggum straight. Like I'm sitting here helping everybody else, and I can't help myself. That's why I got all these hounds say, "Hey, why ain't you doing it?" Because I'm me. I can't see the forest from the trees, right? Jason, I mean, even Jason's badass, man. This guy's good, but he's human. Sometimes somebody walk around and say something, he's like, wow, because he's got 1,000,001 things to do every day, just like you and me, just like the folks watching. And that's why it's nice to have people who will tell you the truth, who will, you know, hey, are you okay today? So, yeah, you're fine. We'll get some clarity soon and just start looking at that calendar and figure out what you said yes to, because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and go politely say no, I'll talk later. That's what you do. It gets easier. And it's not
Awesome.
for ego. Last thing, it's not ego. It's not ego. Is this going to advance the mission? If it's yes, then do it.
Absolutely.
If it ain't, because your impact. You don't want to hurt somebody's temporary feelings. I get it. Well, look, we'll learn from it. There's ways to do this and safeguard against this moving forward. It's all we can do. But here's the better question. Not if I hurt somebody's feelings because I did what I did before I knew better, or, you know, was in that state. If I continue to do this, how many hundreds and thousands of people will continue to struggle because I'm not doing what the hell I need to do? That's how I frame it. That's it.
That's so right. I love it.
Yeah. Chances are they're just going to pitch you anyway. So go on. You're all right. So be good. All right.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Jason.
Jason, you still there? He's got that big rocking chair. And like Cracker Barrel.
I'm here. It's my pleasure. And, you know, important people have important things to do. So Mike's giving you a ton of great advice. You know, that book's been boiling up for 3 years. It's time to take it out of the pot. And, you know, or, you know, whatever terminology you want. I like planting seeds. It's time to grow the garden. So you got some amazing stuff. I'd love to serve you and collaborate and see the growth as well. Let's go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's it, brother. Anything you want to share? Because, man, what's that old country saying? Even a blind squirrel cuts a nut every now and then, right? So it's 7:55. We're before 8. It's amazing. So anything you want to share, let me give you a shout out. You do real things. And again, it was a pleasure and an honor to do the podcast a couple episodes ago, still fresh, folks. And to be able to chop it up with a real guy, not trauma bonding, not calling anybody out. We're just sharing things that people aren't sharing in public. And to have me and you just say, hey, you don't have to be performative. You don't have to do all these things. Your 5-year plan and all this linear stuff, yeah, you should do it, but don't expect that shit to work, right? Like, we were just chopping. And my favorite part was you don't have to be an asshole in order to win at any business game. So anything at all that you want to cap, because I want folks to know the No More 9 to 5 Club, man, is the real deal. I've had the honor to speak there. We've worked in tandem with people before we even thought about trying to make money. Who cares? And so, yeah, thank you for you. Thank you for the opportunity. And by the way, if I cold emailed you, I don't think you'd be here right now. What do you think?
No, Mike, man, I love you, man. I love your community. All the hounds are awesome. You know, this was built after I retired when my cup was already full, right? It was able to overflow. We do have a legit 501c3, but we still have a whole free layer and a lot of value for a little because I wanted to be able to help good people do better. And I had a whole bunch of good mentors, not just from the military, but all walks of life, pour into me to help me figure out the things I needed to learn. So if I can transfer any of that, that's what our whole community is about. Every single person listening has value to share. If we can all show up and share it, we'll create our own ecosystem and level each other up. So looking forward to it. Let's go. We used to do, we're doing networking the first and third Saturdays, and this is the last month we're doing that. So I'd invite you and all the hounds to come network with us next month on the first and third Thursdays. I don't think that conflicts with any of the hound schedules. So we'll talk about that on another live. And I think we got you scheduled for another event to speak there too. So I'd love for the hounds to show up and support you at your next speaking engagement inside of the club.
Oh,
And
shit.
one last
I
thing.
got to check that email.
One last
Keep going.
This Friday, we got an event for Mind Trainer Pro. That's the neuroscience arm of the No More 9 to 5 Club called Upgrade Your Brain. If anybody wants that, I'll look out in the comments. I'll get you that link. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern this Friday, 1 hour virtual on Zoom. Show up. We're going to let you walk away with free brain entrainment technology to sample. It's worth it. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, thank you.
Jennifer.
And by the way, nobody else do this, but guest Jason, if y'all want to drop this in the comments and afterwards, after it's live, nobody else spam my chat, okay? But you guys, please put your contact info in there. Let people know how to lean in, right? They maybe want to support, send you somebody, sign up, get on a pre. Hey, we're not soup kitchens, right? We are here to do things, impact. And by the way, Jason, thank you for that. Definitely want the opportunity to come and help people. Definitely check it out. He's got a lot of great free stuff, and just like the hounds, man, it's affordable and accessible. Right? If you're just starting off, don't assume you can't afford stuff. Go find out. We got free stuff everywhere. And then once you make some money, then invest to the next level. Invest to the next level. That's the game. And if it's me, great. The hounds may be your starting point. Maybe you need both. Maybe you just need Jason. The bottom line here, folks, is this. We want you to be unstuck. That's it, y'all. That's it. We want you to get unstuck. And I know this may sound corny, but I've seen it. I'm done with it. I don't care. Good-hearted people go out there and try to do one of the hardest things on the planet. Build a business, a mission, an impact, be somebody, be their best self. And then they lose money because they're buying the wrong thing or the right thing at the wrong time, just as bad. Then they lose heart because they think they suck and they're not cut out for it. And then eventually, right, they wear down because they're people, and then they lose heart and they disappear and quit. And you know what? And then we sit back and wonder why things that matter in this world to us, like even homelessness and equality and ecosystems and conservation efforts, are. I know why. In large part because the men and women like us, if we had the time, money, and freedom to get it done, we would. So that's it. Not here to save the planet. I'm here to build lighthouses. So thank you for joining us. If you felt anything at all, here's what you do. Comment on whatever platform you're watching. Tag me, Mike Asherbrander, if you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Hounds. And you say, hey, you said reach out, Mike. That's all you have to say. You don't have to have the right question. Hey, just say, hey, something. I'll ask the questions. We'll ask the questions, and then we'll put you wherever you need to go. Maybe you don't need anything. You just want to grow around trustworthy people. That good, even better. We need you too, right? We need folks who already been there and done that, like Jennifer, all right, and Jason. So my point is this: come to the right room. I've been so blessed. And by the way, have conversations with the right people, not business conversations. Pick up that phone, ramble, and watch what happens. Watch some eureka moment pop up. Watch some, oh my goodness, you need to meet April. She's got a retreat too, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't happen over formal calls all the time, folks. That happens in the right room. So if that's for you, welcome. All right, that's it. And thank you for Sam. If y'all want to come up, all right, get y'all makeup, whatever you got, get your light on. Come up, say hello, share your thoughts. Thank you to our guest. Everybody go to David MEDANSKY. All right. He's the real deal, y'all. And Jennifer Cypher, thank you so much, my friend. I cannot wait to sit down and see the impact that you're going to make. Sam, Eco Sam, April, thank you all so much. We had so many tech issues. Y'all want to come up? You gonna be shy? We had look. There, she turned the light on. She's coming. We had so many tech issues 1 minute before. Oh, if it wasn't for these ladies, I don't know. Show canceled. I don't. So, how are you? Well, you're on mute.
Doing good. This was a great show. I love the engagement, all the answers, the questions, everybody coming in. It was wonderful. I know Sam was like, "Yeah, this is great." Yeah. Can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you. Oh my goodness. What's that
What?
game? Is that charades? What is it? Pictionary? Yeah.
Her hair looks really cute though, Sam.
It
Looks
does.
really cute. For some reason we cannot hear you.
She knows it's cute because when I went backstage, what did I see? She was there already going like this. I was like, yes, it looks great. I can tell you know this. So ladies, yeah, any thoughts or anything you want to share? You know, thank you for manning the room and taking care of all the things. Thank you folks in the comments. I'm just living the dream, and I love seeing that so many failures are things that I could not comprehend the 4 decades before. Now they matter, and I truly want that for others. I want that. Oh, I'm nobody. I'm shamed. I'm guilt. Get the hell over it, because you know what? That's why I'm relatable. That's why I'm determined. That's why I'm resilient. So I don't care who you think you used to be. What I care about is who you want to be now. That's all I care about. You ready to go? We got a spot for you. What do you ladies think? Really?
Yes.
Now, y'all were all talking an hour ago. All right. Well, ladies, I ain't going to force it out. Oh, tell me about the Kindness Worldwide meditation. I popped in on that on Sunday. It was earlier than I thought. I didn't look at my calendar. I made it. And it was so much fun to see just amazing people. And so anything you want to share on that about the next one or the previous or anything, Sam? She said,
Well, Sam can't talk, so I will share information. Yes, wonderful Sam had this idea to have a meditation to bring forward so many people around the globe. She is so determined and excited about it that she wants 10,000 people to meditate at the same time. And so we're getting numbers, right? We're slowly growing to that, which is amazing. And Yolanda's saying, I love the echo, echo, echo. And so our next one is in September. It's the 27th. And that's a Sunday. And it's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5 p.m. Pacific. And you can find that on EcoSam's website, which I don't know if I have that banner from before, but I'll look it up.
Here, I'll drop it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's eco-sam.com. And I'll make sure, we'll put it. Sam, you can put it all over the comment. You can spam my channel too. Nobody else. All right. So that's it, y'all. I appreciate you here. I put in the comment while we close out and the outro. But seriously, this is so much fun. Thank you all. We're going to come back next week, and we're going to have an extraordinary story and a real deeper dive. This lady, movies, books, a story that even Hallmark would be like, wow, that's amazing. It's going to be great. And we have another hound in there, Mr. Victor, who is going to be the guest chopping it up about some of his challenges. He's a super pro also. So that's it. Whether you're starting or you're scaling, hey, don't worry about the dirty line. That's the only way we can fix it is to bring it out. So I'm going to stop. Y'all have a good day, and I cannot wait till next Wednesday. Don't be shy. Reach out, y'all. Gotcha.
Reach out, and there's EcoSam's website event to book for the Kindness Worldwide, and you can select the dates on there. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending. We love the love that everybody's given us, and we're excited to see you next time.
Hey, and I just wanted a reason to show that. Did you see that? I just wanted a reason to put that up there again, just like this, because I was like, I saw you. You're like, why are you putting that up here? Look, I just love it. I just, our buddy Angelique made it. I never seen myself with a mullet, and now I'm kind of like, dude, I could have done that 30 years ago. Well, wow, talk about a missed opportunity. Oh well, but yeah, I do. I feel like I don't have the superpowers, but I love helping folks like you all who do and go out there and make it happen. It is a blessing. So let's roll the video and get out of here. See you next week, folks.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Sam's of mine.
Thank y'all for stopping.
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope. We turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness. Just like crawfish and singing on a Friday.